Hey everybody, Brannon Beliso here. We're going to give you a chance to log on. As you come aboard, let me know who you are, where you're at, and definitely say hey. That way we can, as soon as you say hi, then we can put you into our drawing for the 1 hour of free consultation with me. We're doing something new. We're also live at Instagram while we're doing our live at Facebook. So we're reaching a much bigger audience. So as you come aboard, say hello, say hello, say hello. And people at Instagram, I'm going to kind of say to K1. K1, are you there yet, sir? K1's there. Good. I'll let you know if somebody logs in. Can you see my Instagram too, K1? Can you see that, sir? As you come aboard, say hello. Let us know if you're brand new. Let us know what's the name of your school. We really appreciate that. I got Rocky A. Build. Oh, good. K1. Good. Hey, Rocky's there. K1, can you see everybody at Instagram as well, K1, as they say hello? Everybody coming in at Instagram, do say hello to us, please. We appreciate that as well as our folks here at Facebook. Say hello so you're entered into our drawing to win 1 hour of free consultation with me, Brannon Beliso, valued at $300. I get $300 an hour to talk to me, and we'll get an opportunity to do that. Good. Lucy in Wonderland says hello. K1, can you see everybody saying hello at Instagram? Do you need something from them as well? Do they need to say hello to you at Instagram, K1, for you to get their name and put that into the drawing? We got Akmal Farah, Authentic Taekwondo from Markham, Ontario, Canada. All right, all the way from Canada. I appreciate that. Vincent, let me go back here and say hi to everybody coming in at Facebook, okay? I love saying hello and mentioning everybody's name. We got Johnny, George, Jason, Cliff, Uriel, Shasindo Kai. I hope I say that right. I don't mean to chop up your name. Nicholas Quadra, Johnny Morris, Nick Kane, Bill Guack, Uriel, Sean, Robbie, K1, Jack, Jason, Michael, Don, Scott, Jason. Oh, a lot of people. Gina, Kim, Nick, Kevin, Stephen Beaver. I'm making your brain bleed, huh, Stephen? So here at Instagram, everybody say hello. That way K1 can get your name and put you into that drawing for the 1 hour of free consultation. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something bigger tonight, K1, because I can. We're going to give away 1 free hour to everybody at Facebook and 1 free hour to somebody at Instagram, okay? So we'll draw 1 from Facebook, 1 from Instagram. Can we handle that, K1? I think we can. Gary, Vincent, Danny. Oh, Scott DeShetler. It's the first time I'm seeing your name. Please say hello. Let us know where you're tuning in from. I love it. We have people always from all over the world, and I'm just humbled and really honored. Master Amarovich, my good friend. Jim, Curtis Hammond. What's happening, sir? Gary Vorsey. Let me look over here. We got Chardonata. Lucy in Wonderland. I like that. Rocky. As you come aboard on Instagram, please say hello so we know that you're here. And same thing at Facebook. Do say hello to us so we know that you're here. All right, let's get this thing rocking and rolling. This is Success Never Sleeps with me, Brannon Beliso, presented by Rainmaker Membership Systems and Software. I just finished a kickboxing workout, a really hard kickboxing workout. And I was subbing for somebody tonight, and it's really a gift to be able to step up and be on the mat. I love being on the mat. I love being on the mat. Oh, and there's Samantha. She's seeing everybody. Sam runs our front desk here. Sam, how old are you? 21. And she runs the front desk here she runs our front desk in Millbrae. So let me decline that 510. So as you come aboard, do say hello so K1 can get your information. Super important. That way we can draw at the end. I got Teddy Martin, Peter Chan, Edgardo. Akmal, I want to say that right. Hi, Professor. I have a booth at a fair this weekend. Any ideas how I can build some excitement around my booth and get people signed up? Absolutely. Don't try to sign up people. Oh, what did I just say? Don't try to sign up people. They're not there to get signed up for something. They're there to have a good time. They're there to have fun. What I would encourage you to do, get a couple of bubble machines if you can. Blow bubbles out of your booth. Get a little jam box, play kids' music, right? everything is awesome, or can't stop the feeling, or Moana, kids music playing, right? Maybe get someone to twist balloons and then put up a plexiglass ballot box giving away a $100 Visa gift card, give one away at 1 o'clock, give a $100 Visa gift card away at 3 o'clock. In order to be in the drawing, you must put your name and your email, and you must be present to win. That's simple. You want to gather leads, correct? So if you give away money, money talks. They don't know you yet, Akmal. They know nothing about you. So to give you something as precious as their name and their email, forget it. It's not going to happen, sir. They'll give you fake emails, fake, and you know that. We collect 800 leads. Maybe we schedule 20 appointments from it. Maybe 10 walk through the door. Maybe 5 sign up for trial, and maybe 1 stays. The odds are really bad. They're really, really bad, unless you're doing something cheap like $19.99. What is that? Or even worse, you're spinning a wheel and saying you want some glow nunchucks, but to get them, you got to come into the school, right? It's just a horrible experience. What I'm going to ask you to do, Akmal, is look at it as the Disney experience. We're trying to create the Disney experience, okay? The Disney experience. And what that means is making that memorable experience where they walk away feeling warm and fuzzy and like, hey, this was a great introduction. So you plant seeds and they may want to follow up. But if all you do is stand there with a clipboard and it's going, hi, you ever think about taking martial arts? Hey, can I have your name and your email? I'm going to send you some information about martial arts. It's not a cool thing. It's not a cool thing. It's like walking through the shopping mall. The guys are standing in the kiosk with the sea salt and those heated pillows going, my friend, I have a question for you. That's a huge turnoff. 1, I don't know you, so how can I be your friend? 2, you don't have a question for me. You want to sell me something. That's the long and short of it. And it's a huge miss. It's a huge miss, and I want you to think about that. If you can change up your mindset about that and really just introduce yourself to the community as a business that cares, a business that gives back, creating memorable experiences. We go for the kids because kids are our number 1 demographic. So if it's a really hot event, we're giving away free water, about this big, right? Little water bottles. We give away free water bottles. We'll give away free balloons, helium balloons. We have cotton candy machines. So we're giving away free cotton candy, things that draw them to the booth. And if anyone has seen our video, our cotton candy line goes out, down the block. The thing is, when they're standing in line, you have a captive audience. While they're standing, you say, hey, anybody want to enter our drawing? We're giving away a $100 Visa gift card at 1 o'clock, and we're giving away 1 at 3 o'clock. You must be present to win. Just fill out your name and email on the slip, stick it in the box. Everybody wants to win money. They don't have to trust you for that, right? And you have the Visa gift card right there. Hold it up. Boom, $100, giving away at 1 and free. They don't have to trust you for that. All they have to do is, I'm going to give you my name and email if I know I'm going to win, if I have the opportunity to win. So we really learned about that. We're really about earning trust. And if you come in there and you get a balloon, you get some cotton candy, you got a bottle of water because it's really hot. Wow, these guys just took care of me. They served me at a higher level. You feel that, sir? Who feels that? Type in there, I feel you. Type in there if you feel me. We have Surge Taekwondo over at Instagram. Team TMA Chipley. I just want to make sure Lucy in Wonderland. I love some of the handles that they have over at Instagram. As you're coming aboard at Instagram, do let us know that you're here. Say hello and you'll be entered into our drawing as well. All right. So it's really about that. Then, of course, we have board breaking in the booth. And when they come in to break the board, if kids walk, we're going, hey, would you like to break a board? They go, absolutely. Can I break a board? Okay, but you got to help me first, all right? Now, mind you, I have a thing called 1 merit badges. So I have a student parent handout for focus. Let me see if I have one here because I want you to see this. So what we have, we give to the parent, we have our student parent handout for focus. Everybody see that? So it's got an overview. It's written in kid language for student, written in parent language for the parent. So the kid comes in and we say, hey, you want to break a board? Yeah, I do. But you got to help us first. All right? Can you say focus, sir? The kid goes, focus, sir. And focus means pay attention. What does focus mean? Pay attention, sir. Great. And when you pay attention, you got to look with your, and the kid goes, eyes, sir. Listen with your ears, sir. Think with your mind, sir. And do the right thing with your body. Awesome. So when your mom is talking to you, you got to look at your mom with your eyes, sir. Great. And when your mom tells you to do something, listen to her with your ears, sir. Awesome. Break the board. Give them the board. Mom's going, whoa, this is much more than martial arts. Because really what we're trying to do is when we know our why, we live, teach, and preach and communicate our brand. And my why is life skills education. We do it better than soccer, swimming, gymnastics, everything. And that's really the thing you want to promote is that value, right? We're not the benefits, the value. So now the kid breaks the board. He's got a board. We give him a little focus merit badge. Let me see if I have a sample here. What do I have here? Oh, well, I got a balance badge. Anyways, it looks like this and it says focus. Kid gets a badge. Mom gets the handout. He's got a board. They get a rack card with our 4-week special, all the benefits on it. He's got a helium balloon. He's got freaking cotton candy and a bottle of water. Did I miss anything? Did I miss anything? Did we create an experience? Did we promote the quality of our program? Oh, yeah. And he put his name and email into the box to win the $100 Visa gift card. He'll be back at 1. He'll be back at 3. You know, I don't make it so far out at the end of the day that they're not going to be there. You want to put them in prime times. That way people say, this is tangible. I'll be here for a couple of hours. Everybody with me? Did I miss anything? All right, Teddy Martin, welcome. Orlando, Eric, Anthony. Do say hello, everybody at Facebook, because we're going to have a drawing for 1 hour of free consultation with me, valued at $300 at the end of this. Jason Smith. I'm glad you're here, Teddy. Thank you. I love it when you can tune in. Jason, what flyers would you suggest at the booth, sir? Hang on. I would do... All right. We have 3 basic rack cards that we like to use. This one has very clear, right? And then the backside, we put 3 things. Now, I'm not big on cross-marketing. This has 4 weeks and a uniform for $99. Then we talk about day camps in our after-school program, and we talk about birthday parties. I am not big on cross-marketing, but I feel for an event like this, for kids, it's got everything on it. Then we also have a great rack card, which promotes our after-school program. Again, value, 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 value on the back. And then we have our adult card. This side is 4 weeks in a uniform for $99. And notice, we don't show you beating the crap out of somebody. We use keywords like balance. Here you'll see for kickboxing, we use empowered, right? Because the culture of our kickboxing program is much different. You know, and again, nothing is stock photos. These are all our people, and they're made out of good cardstock, so they're really weather resistant. You take them anywhere, and this is what we give out, okay? So they get all that when they go through the booth. Did I miss anything? I don't think so. So it's really about when we stopped, trying to collect leads at these events, and we realized organically, if you want a $100 Visa gift card to win, you're going to put your name and you're going to put your email into this box, but we don't ask for phone number, name and email. Name and email, that's it. The least intrusive you can be, the better opportunity you have of them opting in, whether it's at your website or whether it's at, and someone said, well, I want their phone number because then they're a serious lead. No, because I don't want you to call me. I don't know you yet. It's like walking up to a girl in a club and say, give me your phone number, right? You haven't bought her a drink, you haven't danced with her, you don't know her. It makes no sense to me. Never did, never will. And so I don't believe in marketing that way. It's about brand awareness for me, especially with that introduction. I'm not going to sit there and get in your face and demand your name and phone number and email. So the less information you ask for, the more likely they are to opt in. You feel me? Great. Let's see who else is here tonight. Joseph, Mentor, Ohio. Sam, welcome back, Sam. Neil, what would you recommend to keep parents quieter while classes are going on? That's always going to be a constant issue, Neil. That's not going to stop. It's just a matter of an email. It's putting it in the newsletter. You might walk up to somebody that's, we have a lot of, I don't say transplants. We do coming in from other countries, and sometimes they don't even speak English. I just got to go up like this and say, please, just if you're humble about it and let them know, please. Can you take your cell phone outside? There's so many ways to do that politely, and they get it. You're trying to teach a class. It's distracting. They're on the phone, but you know what? They're in their own head. They're in their own space. I don't mean they're going to go, let me get on my phone and be really disrespectful. And then if you internalize it and take it personally and go, you know what? They're just rude. They're selfish people, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't create an experience. But if you go up humbly and say, excuse me, could you possibly, if you go in both my schools, ask anybody. There's no signage. We used to have signs that hung up and saying, take your cell phone outside, this and that. And it was horrible. It was just not the Disney experience. It's not a good feeling. It's funky. So we just organically do that verbally. We don't reprimand people in public. You do that privately, but it's all in your delivery. The bottom line, Neil, it's all in your delivery. And if you deliver it well, you'd be amazed the possibilities. Jeremy, what's happening? Jeremy Roque. Stephen Reinstein from Market Muscle. Has anybody signed up for the ultimate Facebook course for martial arts schools? Who signed up for that? I got it. It's awesome. Joseph, I feel you. Teddy, I feel good. Don, K1, excellent. Rick, George, Stephen, Fred, Uriel, Curtis. Who do we got over here? Come on, Instagram, catch up to us. All the people at Instagram, we want you here. Put in those names. I want to see you. As you come aboard at Instagram, type your name in. Let us know that you're here, please. And you can type in questions as well. at Instagram, okay? You can type in as well. If you got a question coming in from Instagram, I'm looking kind of back and forth between my phone and my laptop, so I can get both of everybody, okay? Curtis, we will give away $50 worth of candy at a festival. Giving away a gift card is much better and costs the same. Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. And everybody does. The whole candy thing is played out. You go to these, big fairs, and internally you got the guy selling the freaking spas, and this guy selling mattresses and blah, blah. They always say, put candy on your table. But how many people sheepishly walk up and take a piece of candy and just jet? It's not a good experience. I want you to interact. And, if the cotton candy, we put it behind us, and in front is all of our rack cards and things like that, we get to engage you while you're standing in line waiting for cotton candy. But we don't go, hey, you ever thought about martial arts lessons? We just talk to people. We build a rapport, and we get to know them. And you want them to walk away like that. Again, it's like a first date, right? Or you meet somebody for the first time. You're asking for phone numbers. You're trying to get to second base. It's not a good thing. It just isn't. It's intrusive and it's inappropriate. And again, that's my feeling. People feel differently. Hardcore salesmen say it's all about closing the sale, and they believe differently. This is what I feel. Remember, I am a disruptor. I've came into the martial arts industry. I've introduced a new way to do business. I'm successful with it. Lots of people finding success with service as the new profit. And that's how this is growing. Okay, so this is only one take. You decide what is success for you and what that means. Cool? All right, who else do we have here at Instagram? Type in your name, say hello, and type in a question. Let us know where you're tuning in from. I want to know. I see new people like Surge Taekwondo, TMA Chip Lee. Is that you, Chip? All right, Nicholas Quadro, Jason. Jason, hey, Quan, helping the people count. How you doing, fella? Oh, Jason Kiefer, good evening, sir. How are those twins doing? Abigail, Randall, Francisco, Jason King. Do you take a knee? Do you take a knee? Are you asking me that question, Jason? I don't. I don't take a knee. I was at my son's and daughter's elementary school this morning, and they did the Pledge of Allegiance, and I didn't take a knee. I think different strokes for different folks. I do believe in the First Amendment. Am I saying right? The First or Second Amendment? I don't know. The freedom of speech. I think that's really important. I think it's to each individual team owner and what they want to do. And I don't want to get political. Politics is not something I engage in. It's not who I'm about, and it's not the place to do that. If we want to talk about it privately, Jason, we can absolutely do that, sir. Jason Kiefer, Francisco, Wendy, Tony. What's up, Tony, sir? Jason Smith, awesome looking cards, sir. They are. And if you want those, I get those out of Dojo Muscle. But again, it was our design. We worked together. They came up with the preliminary. Then, I worked with them to tweak it and the different things. We're actually going to go back as soon as these run out. We're getting pretty low. And I want to go with a black and white. Everything's going to be black and white. Our core colors are red, black, and white. And our new website reflects that. So we're going to produce all new promotional materials to support that. All right, Jason, agree. She'll buy a drink, let's be honest. Am I missing something here, guys? No, Paul Choi. Jacob, good evening, Jacob, sir. Kevin Waldschmidt. Chris Malloy, all the way from Australia. Neil, I'm glad to answer your question. Bill, his question is about billing and payment. Do you have particular processing company that you recommend? Does our industry use particular processing company that might have good rates? This is what I did. I used to process all my merchant processing through Wells Fargo. It doesn't matter what software you use. I use Rainmaker. Whatever software you're using, you go from that software through USA ePay. That's pretty much the standard I know that's out there. Then from there, you go to a merchant processor. What I did, because I would look at all the thee, thou, art, thus, the fine print, and it was really overwhelming. But I did realize my bank was charging some of the highest merchant processing fees. So I went to my accountant and I said, I want you to audit every merchant processor out there. Come back with me with the 2 top merchants processing with the best rates, no hidden 6-month promo. Then they're going to jack it up on you once you've got all the data transferred and you're fully entrenched, who's straight up, who's going to own it, who's accountable. And she came back with 2. And mind you, my accountant is not cheap. It's 300 something bucks an hour. But I felt if I spent that money now with somebody who really understands numbers and the fine print, then I'm going to offer myself bigger savings down the road, right? Similar example of that was when we did all LED lighting. There was a rebate program that came out, saved me tons of money. I went with LED lighting, replaced like 100 something light fixtures in the San Francisco location. We cut our PG&E bill in half, from $1,000 a month down to $500. That's a smart investment. Same thing here, spending money on an accountant to go out there and audit all these companies. So, drum roll. The two that we came up with was Payment Depot and Fat Merchant. And when the day was done, I went with Payment Depot. It's month to month. No contracts. If they suck, you fire them. And their rates are great. So I believe, my accountant through my accountant, that the best rates you could possibly get are through Payment Depot or Fat Merchant. Again, I lead towards Payment Depot. I like the people I talk to. I dug their vibe. And that was a big thing for me because I'm real passionate about relationships. Anybody can do merchant processing, right? And they all basically are going to fall within in the pocket, some a little lower, some a little higher. And when the day was done, I really dug the relationship with the person I spoke to. Didn't hard sell me, didn't email me 1,000 times, didn't call me 1,000 times. It was very casual, no hard sell on the phone, and he let me go. So I was left to my own devices, and I think for somebody like me, that's very important. I believe I'm intelligent enough to gather information, decipher the information, bounce it off the people I need to make an educated decision. I don't need you to sell me, close me, pressure me with, well, if you don't do it right now, then the sale's gone tomorrow. I don't need any of that. If anything, it's a big turnoff, right? So those are the ones I'm going to give you, sir. Don O'Neill, he did the same thing. Don, you went to Payment Depot? Good. Johnny Moore, sir, what do you think of signs and banners at a booth with a text opt-in number to capture leads? A text opt-in number to capture leads. You mean they can opt in? Why would they opt in? Why would they text you and give you their information? Why would they do that? First, tell me, why would they do that? It's like giving you my phone number. And why would I text you my phone number? Why would I opt in? Tell me, give it to me as far as a service and an experience. How does that experience go, Johnny? And then I'll give you a better answer, okay? Tell me how that experience plays out, all right? I want to know that. Then I'll give you a better answer. Steven, it's amazing. Good, George, I signed up. Good. So George went with Payment Depot as well. Zen Dojo. Sam, I'm trying to meet you November 11th, sir. Good. Wonderful, Sam. I hope you choose to come out. For those of you who want to come out to It's Time Live Encore, gratefully, it's booking up. All my events sell out because it's only limited to 60 people on the 11th and 12th. So they sell out really easily. So if you do want to come, make the commitment, make the investment. If you can stay for 4 days, I'll blow your mind. I'll change your life. And I believe that. With all humility, I believe that. Kevin Waltzman, good. Orlando. Jason, what do you do as an introductory class for the first lesson of your kids' program? If so, what makes your process so successful? If not, what do you do instead? Well, I've done everything from a group intro to a 2-week, free thing in a t-shirt to a 1 private intro to a 2 private intro. When all was done and said and we gathered all our data, what works really well for us is 4 weeks and a uniform for $99. Why? Because if you're committed to at least do a month with us, then it's not such an up jump, from $99 to $159, which is our once a week program price. Then we have a $199 for a twice a week price. Okay? So, twice a week, $199 a month. But when you do these $19.99 for 3 classes and a uniform, then I get the sticker shock of $159. That's hard, man. That's hard. So we saw that right away. If you're going to pay us $99 and spend a month here, your commitment level is better. I consider that a super warm lead. Now, with that said, I have a document, and I'll post it hereafter, where the new student experience, it's a 3-page doc, Jason, a 3-page doc. So what we do is they warm up with the class, they do the stretch, and then the meditation and the quick mat chat, whatever life skill that might be. Then we separate them. And we put them as close as we can to where their parent is, as close as we can. And we do like an intro, but it's in the class still. And then at the end, they rejoin the group and they finish with a game, be it dodgeball, zombie tag, or something of that nature. And then in that intro, there's a whole process, sir. There's a whole process. But see, but it's really about, again, I recognize I'm not going to earn your trust in one class. I'm not going to. We're not. So if you can come for 4 weeks, by then you would have earned 2 of your curriculum stripes. You would have earned 3 life skills badges. Hopefully you would have experienced a community event like our free parents night out. Then of course the parent sits there in the waiting area talking to other raving fans. And I believe a parent will see some type of tangible progress in 4 weeks. So that's worked really, really well for us. Our conversion rate's about 75% at this point. And I think the big thing also, Jason, is, right away when they sign up for the $99 special, they will ask us, so what's it going to cost me after that? And I know everybody says don't give them that information till they get the benefits and value and yada, yada, yada. But, I'm transparent. So we do a reverse psychology. I give you that information right away. When you sign up for 4 weeks in uniform, we give you that right away. You know that it's going to cost you $159 a month if you come once a week. It's going to cost you $199 if you come twice a week. We know that. It's clear as day. So our goal is in that 4 weeks is to show you why we are worth $199 a month. That's our goal, right? That's our goal. Because I noticed that with better products like Apple, something high end, that they really focus on sharing the why. They don't drop their price for you, but they really communicate why. What's the value here to make you want to invest that money? You feel me? And that's super important. And people say Apple people are like cultish. They are, because Apple has really created that culture, that mindset. And if we can do that in our martial arts school, something like what Apple does, the potential of success, I believe, is much higher. And that's our gig. Kevin Walsmith, Jackie Chan, is Brannon Beliso. Is Jackie Chan. Oh, goodness. Okay, Lucy, right? For Lucy, I remember when I started, I had a 2-week trial, free trial. I loved I right away. What does that mean, Lucy? So the 2-week free trial works for you? Go ahead and let us know that. And John Louis B., who joined in. As you join in, do say hello. That way K1 can get you entered into the Instagram drawing for 1 hour consultation with me, valued at $300. Cool? Matame, sir, what's happening? Jason, what kind of follow do you do with the booth? Do you send them emails with the trial offer or put them in an email flow? We take all their information, we put it in a Rainmaker, and we give them a flow. It goes for 6 days and it stops. Then we'll hit them again when we do our yearly thing 6 months later and 6 months later. Because I'm not going to bombard you. To me, it's not a good feeling. If you're not going to reply in the first week of the time I get that lead, odds are you're not ready. You're not ready. So we hit them with a very responsible email. And I follow Gary Vee's theory. Jab, jab, jab. Right hook. In this case, content, call to action, or value, sell. All right? However you want to slice or dice it. But we make sure we're not intrusive. We make sure our goal is to build brand awareness. Our goal is to plant seeds of trust. Our goal is to begin to cultivate that. And we recognize the minute we try to sell first, all bets are off. If you try to come hard at me and sell, we're done. I will not trust you. I will not. We all know that. And it says it everywhere on the internet now. Stop selling. Stop selling. People are tired of being sold. I opted out on everything on my cell phone. I still get phone calls all the time. It's a yucky experience, and it doesn't feel good. So I choose not to do that. I choose not to. And that's the way we've always been. So we put them in an email flow, Jason. Raja. Steven, Master Daniela, what's up, man? Yeah, Jason, the whole political thing, it's not my gig, I mean, everybody do what you need to do, but I have a different faith, and it doesn't involve politics. And again, I'm not going to get into that either. Scott, what's happening, sir? Sabunim, Barb. That's a new name. I've never seen that. The people new coming aboard, please, please, please. I'm going to ask you to humbly to check in and tell me what's the name of your school and where you're tuning in from, okay? Herman. Hey, Herman, sir. Yeah, Jason did the same thing. Replaced all our light fixtures with LED. Wasn't it the best decision? How much did you shave off your bill, Jason? I bet a lot. Raymond, what's up, Raymond? Okay, hey, we got one over here at Instagram from TMA Chipley. What literature do you recommend to educate school owners on content writing and websites? You know, content writing is Gary Vee's got a great book for that. Jab, 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 right hook. I love the pictures of the Facebook ads. I love the content, how he dissects it and defines why. I love Steven's course though. You know, the new course I just audited for Steven, the ultimate Facebook course. You know, when we talk about content, it's changing. They're saying content is no longer king because people are getting pretty savvy, including me. I'm a writer. I've written for MA Success for years, features. I have 2 books out right now. I love writing content, and the big thing is you need to become a storyteller. It's really important. TMA Chipley, it's really important to become a storyteller. You're the architect of your business. Who's going to communicate your why better than you? But like anything, people just say, I'm not good at that. Well, you weren't good at martial arts either at one point. If you recognize the value of it, if you recognize that as the leader, the architect, the storyteller of your business, then you're going to get educated. You're going to become a great writer. And then you'll be able to produce the type of content that will tell me why I want to come to your school versus Joe Karate down the street. And please, if you take somebody's ad slick and you're regurgitating the same old thing, we are a family martial arts school, we're a black belt, school. It's all about, it's the same thing. And I, as a consumer, if I can't decipher you, from Joey, and that's why I'm not into a lot of these websites, they're exactly the same. They all look the same. They sing the same song. They do the same thing. I can't differentiate you from anybody else. So then I'm left with who's cheaper and who's closer to my house. That's my only buying decision at that point. And that's not a good place to choose something of a premium service like the martial arts. I don't believe that. Cool? Lucy, how do most kids find out about one martial arts? Well, Stephen said that really well, and I use it all the time. Understand your demographic, Lucy, and then ask yourself, what are their needs, or as we say sometimes, is their pain points, and then speak to them. So, you're all about kids. We're all about kids. So what we're passionate about, one, first of all, we're in a relevant location. Within 2 miles, I have 5 or 6 elementary schools, right? We have 2 middle schools. We have 2 high schools. I mean, we're in the mix. We're deep into the mix. We're in a relevant location. I think that's very, very important. Secondly, especially out in the suburbs, San Francisco's a different animal. San Francisco, it's a lot of Facebook ads, and that's how that works because it's more urban. People don't know each other and they're next door neighbors in San Francisco. But here in Millbrae, we find that really owning the 3 to 5 mile radius of our brick and mortar address is super, super important. Even when we do a Facebook ad, we don't just run San Francisco within 5 miles. We go directly with our address and we work out from there. It's very, very important. I want to own that real estate. So wherever moms live, eat, and breathe and hang out, you'll find us there. So we just don't limit it, Lucy, to, where does the demo team perform? Where can I do a school talk or where can I have a booth? No way. Lucy, it's wherever kids are at, we are there. Back to school night, we were there with a cotton candy machine. Absolutely. Last week we did 2 bully workshops promoted through the community and our student base. We had a great turnout at both locations. Here's a classic example of innovative marketing. I know I've said this before, but I want to give it to Lucy. So everybody take out a pen and write this down. Summertime is probably one of the more challenging times. We know that, right? So I can't go do a school talk, right? I don't have the demo team because everyone's gone and there's no booths during the summer, pretty much. So what do? We go to all the busiest parks that kids and parents are playing in on a Sunday afternoon. We leave at about 11 a.m., return at 3. And we walk into a park, somebody's dressed as Kung Fu Panda. We have helium balloons with One Martial Arts on the website. We got little bubble guns blowing bubbles. We have a little jam box playing Can't Stop the Feeling, any kid tune, right? That's out there. Or that It's Raining Tacos song right now. You feel me? Who's seeing that picture? There you are playing on the play structure pitch. Your parents look off, and who's in the distance? Bubbles blowing, music going, balloons, Kung Fu Panda. We hit it, we take pictures, we dance with the kids, give out fruit snacks with one of these rat cards attached to it. We're out the door. Tell me, what do you think of that, Lucy? Type in there. What do you think of that, Lucy? Anybody feel me on that? Who feels me on that? Type in some hearts. Give me some love at Instagram. Tell me if you can see that picture. It is innovative. I think it's very innovative. And we don't walk in our karate uniforms either. You know, we're just in a one martial arts t-shirt with a pair of black sweats. Very, very non-offending, non-obtrusive, just blow in and blow out. The kids love it. They take the balloons. They love the bubbles. They dance with the music. They dance with Kung Fu Panda. They get an organic fruit snack, you know, attached to a rack card. And that's it. And then we're gone. Yeah, and it's really about that. You know, again, know your demographic. Who are they? Where do they eat, play, hang out? Know that, Lucy, and then reverse engineering. Get into those environments. Get into all of them. And I think that's really important to know that. Again, we're so conditioned to believe it's only where I can do school talks, where the demo team can perform, or where I can have a booth. Absolutely not. Think way, way, way outside of the box. Better yet, get rid of the box. Be innovative, but you must know your demographic. And then what are the needs and speak to them. Cool? All right, Johnny's saying, how many days is my event? You can stay for 1 day, Sam, on Sunday, November 12th. You can stay for 2 days, November 11th and 12th, or you can stay for the 4-day experience, the 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. And it'll blow your mind. But the 4-day event's only limited to 20 people. 20 people. But it has revolutionized what we do because nobody does that. And it's a really unique experience. And if you want to know more, talk to me after, okay, Sam? Adam, what's up, Adam? Johnny is asking, if they want info about your programs but didn't have time to speak because of the event happening, also it could have saved time from happening to writing their contact info. If they want info about your programs but didn't have time to speak to you because of the event happening, also it could save time. I'm not sure what you're asking me, Johnny. You got to rephrase that question. John, do you sell these $99 4-week trials at local events? No, absolutely not. Or how does someone get that special? Well, it never changes. That is our trial offer. Our trial offer 24/7, 365 is 4 weeks in a uniform for $99. Of course, if you opt in to win a $100 Visa gift card, we have your name and your email. We're going to put you in a responsible flow. 4 emails over a 6-day period. That 4th email will be the call to action. 4 weeks in a uniform. Sign up now. Yeah, I love it, Jason. We are transparent as well and give prices immediately. And I respect that. We need to change the way we do business. Please, please, there is another way. And I share that. We're blessed. We're on a path to do $1.9 million this year between 2 schools. Each one's 373,700 square feet. Those aren't massive schools, but one school is a 600 enrollment. Millbury's at 382. You know, what more can I say? Service is the new profit, and it feels better. Oh, God, it feels better. It just does. All right. How often do they attend class for the $99 special? Great question, sir. They can come once a week or twice a week. It's up to them. Remember, kids are really busy, and I developed the once-a-week program because, one, they have swimming once a week. My kids go to soccer once a week. You know, everything's once a week, so it's a very natural entry point, and hopefully it's somewhere along the line they'll love it so much that they'll, you know, change to twice a week. When you raise prices, do you raise it for everyone or just new members? Everyone. But what we try to be mindful of, you know, prices normally happen in January, February, right? Because it's a new year, 4% cost of living increase. You can do that. No one's going to get mad at you for that. It's normal. What we will do is in September through December or October through December is we'll do something. And I'm not big on cash out, but because of those people that are loyal and have been there for years and years, we'll do 1 year pay in full at 10% off at the current rate. Because come January, everybody's tuition goes up by $10, $5, whatever it is. All right. That's why it's very important to try to, you know, every 2 years or so, increase your tuition and make it in small increments. If you drop it in their lap and jack it up by $100 or something, you're going to lose half of your student base. So it's better in smaller steps. I hope that answers that question for you, Scott. What's up, Nick, sir? Curtis, do I have a sample email flow? Absolutely, Curtis. I'll post a couple of them here in this thread. I'll try to do that after, okay? Kuya Mike, what's happening, sir? Sam's asking, are there any school owners from Dallas, Texas here? Skylar. Jim is from Carrollton, Texas. Master Daniela, I always learn something from you, sir. Thank you for your time and knowledge. That's why I'm here, ma'am. Hi, from St. George, Utah. Skylar. Anthony. Klaus from Germany. Nicholas, I feel you. Cliff, I feel you. Good. Sophia, what's up, ma'am? Alan Belcher, what's up, sir? Are you back from Hawaii? Sam, I'd like to stay 2 days. How can I register, sir? Sam, simply go to brannonbeliso.com/itstime/live. Maybe K1 will put it in there for us. K1, go ahead and put it in. And the new people coming aboard, we're giving away 1 hour of consultation with me. If new people coming aboard, do say hello. Say hello, put it in there so K1 can see your name. Same thing over here at Instagram. We're both here at Facebook and Instagram simultaneously. So the people who are joining us from Instagram, please put in your name and say hello so you get entered into the drawing. We're giving away 1 hour at Instagram, 1 hour at Facebook. So if I was really smart, I would be at both of them simultaneously and I would enter both. So, Scott, is 600 students all martial arts, or what's the breakdown? That's a great question, Scott. 75% of my revenue is traditional martial arts. So you do the math from there. So roughly, I think San Francisco is like 475 martial arts students and 125 kickboxers. And then in Millbrae, the breakdown, we're about 382, 383 right now. I would say we're at about 300, close to 300 martial artists and about 82. No, it's probably high. It's about 100 kickboxers here in Millbrae, and probably 282 in martial arts. Yeah. Joachim from Berlin. What's happening, sir? All the way from Berlin. As you check, do say hello as you come aboard so that we can get your information. K1, you still with me, sir? Check in there and let me know you're getting everybody's names. Alicia, Jason, of your 600 students, good. I answered that question. Yeah, I think kickboxing is great, but realize in San Francisco we've done kickboxing for 18 years, okay? We started with Taibo, and we evolved. We did bands, we did weights, and, hell holding pads for each other, everything. Now it's down to you get a bag. It's a single bag, but we've refined it. And it's so much that right above us, we have a 24-hour fitness here in Millbrae, and they can't touch what we do. People thought I was nuts. They thought there's no way you're going to have a kickboxing program with 24-hour fitness above you. And we do, because it's very culture-based, right? We're very passionate about developing the culture around it. Otherwise, it's a fitness fad, and when it dies, then the program dies. That doesn't happen with us. That's why we've been able to sustain it for 18 years, because it's very culture-based. Culture-based. Cool? All right. Steven's in Little Elm, about 30 minutes away. Cool. Jeremy, what's happening, sir? Mike Guido, congratulations. You hit a milestone, right? Is it 160 or 170 students? Is that what you hit in how many months? 16 months? I figure it was like net 10 students a month, which I think is really good for a brand new school. John Miller, welcome. Katie Salinas, John Goodwin. Okay, as K1 saying, please say your name. Please say your name. Sam, sad news. My son closes the school after 6 years in Dallas. He's selling all of his new mats and equipment. Oh, that's sad. I don't like when that happens. Micah, sir, what's happening? Another martial arts millionaire. Jeremy, sir, Zen Dojos. Do say hello. Mike Guido, 170 students in 13 months. That's awesome, sir. That is awesome. Awesome. Very proud of you and very happy for you, sir. All right, what's our next question? Are we ever going to get into rotating curriculum? You guys are just doing it and doing it and doing it. Okay, so let me see if I can touch upon rotating curriculum. And let me begin with the why I think rotating curriculum is good. See, originally, rotating curriculum was developed why? So one guy could teach more people. And it wasn't a good thing. Because the thing I think school owners, especially martial artists, need to get over is that we look at it this way, right? And that's why it never worked for us. Here's the yellow belt, this set of curriculum. Here's orange belt, much harder curriculum. Here's purple belt, hypothetically, right? Much harder. So there's no way you could put those three belts together because all three are doing different curriculum. What we've done and what we understand about rotating curriculum, whether you're a yellow belt, orange belt, or purple belt, guess what? They're all doing the same curriculum. So you just have to make sure that the curriculum is not too hard for the yellow belt or it's not too easy for the purple belt. So if you make year one curriculum, everybody's doing that curriculum, then you can manage it. Does that make sense? In the old days, we would run from this group. Teach yellow belts, practice. Teach your orange belt, practice. Teach your purple belt, practice. Rotate. And you keep doing that over and over and over. That's so inefficient. It really, really is. And we really learned that when we got into the rotating curriculum. It was to facilitate producing a better martial artist. Now, I don't have belt testing fees. So when I had belts or tips or stripes and all those different things, it's to better the experience. It's to manage the curriculum and help grow my school and produce a better martial artist. So nobody can ever say, well, you have all those belts because it's a revenue stream, blah, blah, blah. That's never our intent. That's never why we do what we do. Cool? So we're very mindful about that in that process. And so with that said, here's our breakdown. How many of you are doing one tip every 4 weeks? One tip every 4 weeks. And you're kind of sort of working on 2 or 3 tips simultaneously. Type it in there and own that. Do that for me, please. Type it in there and own that for me, please. Who's doing roughly one tip every 4 weeks and you're kind of working on 2 to 3 tips simultaneously? Type it in. I want to know. John Miller, welcome John Miller, sir. Manhinder, sir. MJ, that's what I know you as, MJ. Okay, how many of you doing one tip every 4 weeks and you're pretty much working on 2 to 3 tips simultaneously? Anybody? I just want to get a feel for things. Oh, Mike Guido, you're doing one tip every 2 weeks? Hey, have you always done that, Mike, or is that something you picked up from me? Okay, so Kevin does that, right? One tip every 4 weeks. Don does one tip every 3 classes. Hey, Zen Dojo's over there at Instagram. I love the hearts at Instagram. That's a different one. They kind of bubble up. That's kind of cool. So anybody doing one tip every 4 weeks? So let's get to that. So the challenge with that is, you know, if you read the book, The One Thing, they're very passionate about you do one thing, you finish it. You do one thing, you finish it. So we found by creating one tip every 2 weeks, we could manage the curriculum better, teach it in small chunks. It was really about learning and comprehension versus simply memory, okay? And that was very important for us because we found kids were just simply memorizing this stuff, but they weren't proficient. So we broke the curriculum down into smaller chunks. So whatever you do, that one tip in 4 weeks, just make it into 2 tips and split it into 2 weeks. So figure it out. I come twice a week. My A day is Monday, 45 minutes. Nothing but curriculum. My B day, Wednesday, 45 minutes, sparring. Okay? We might use 10 minutes just to warm up and review that curriculum, but it's considered a sparring class. The following week, the A day, 45 minutes of review and testing because we test in class. So in 90 minutes, I have to teach something. They learn it. They practice it because I don't know if they're going to practice or not outside, and then we test them. But we have really amazing instructional videos, and if you want to preview them, download my app. It's available at iTunes. It's available at Google Play. Look for the One Martial Arts app, download it, have a peek, check it out. It's very cool. So now we've recognized I got 90 minutes in a 2-week period. Because remember, their B-day is sparring. 90 minutes in 2 weeks to teach something, practice, review, and test them out. That's not a lot. So small chunks, 3-4 moves at a time are really all you can handle. When I grew up, one tip was a full form. No way that's going to happen in a 2-week period. It will not. It will not. But again, I grew up training 6 days a week, 4 hours a day, tournaments every other weekend. I realize people don't do that today, but there's no excuse that I can't produce a proficient martial artist out of it. Otherwise, it's a crime what we're teaching, right? So now, one tip every 2 weeks. At the end of 3 months, they should have 6 stripes on their belt. Okay? Then the 4th month is all review and testing. Now, what are the challenges with that? Well, number 1, what if they miss a class? What if they don't earn that tip? Okay, great. In San Francisco, we have an 8 a.m. practice class. 45 minutes, all the instructors are there because we have classes until 2:30 anyways, and we practice and we help them. That place is packed. In the dead of winter, rain's blowing sideways, that place is packed. And anyone been to my San Francisco school? There is 0 parking. Did I say that? 0. How they get there, I don't know. They figure it out, but we have 600 students in San Francisco, okay? Then at the end of every month, we offer a makeup stripe workshop. It's a 2-hour workshop. The first hour is beginning level 1, level 2. That's beginning year 1, year 2. And then the second hour is year 3, year 4, and black belts. So that way we can do makeup stripes. All right, so there's two other options. And as I shared, our instructional videos, when you look at them, they're designed. See, I think the challenge when people do instructional videos, and this is all part of this rotating curriculum, why I share it with you, is they're done as demo videos. You do a pumze, your back's to me, if that's part of the form, it's at a distance. I don't really get any instruction. It's a demo video, and that needs to change. So when we designed our curriculum videos, and mind you, we spend $10,000 to $15,000 every time we do curriculum videos, and we've shot them 3 times in a decade because we're constantly refining our curriculum, constantly bettering it, looking where the attrition rates are, and things reveal themselves the more and more we delve into it. You have to be mindful. The instructional video should reflect, I've already taught this to them. What are the fine points? What is everybody missing? Rechambering the block? Okay, I'm going to point that out on this instructional video. So we do an instructional, and then at the end, I have one of my black belts demo it. This is what it should look like when you tip test, okay? Or as we say, stripe. All right, so look at all the things we put in place to make sure nobody gets left behind. What do we have? 8 a.m. practice class every Saturday. What do we have? End of the month stripe makeup workshop. What do we have? Amazing instructional videos. Then, if you think about it, 6 tips over a 3-month period. Month 4 is review and testing. So if you're missing a couple of stripes, we're going to make them up during that review month anyways. So there's so many things in place, but the bottom line is I want better martial artists. But what I saw with our Kenpo system, most people had 100, maybe 150 on a good day back in the days when Ed Parker was teaching Elvis and stuff. Schools were bigger. But today, I don't know very many Kenpo schools that have the numbers I do. If you do, tell me. I would love to have some people in the same place with me. I really would. So it was really about not abandoning my art for whatever is new and shiny out there. It was about taking my art, and I love Kenpo. I grew up with it since the age of 5, and learning to teach it in an age specific, a skill level specific, and a contemporary manner that's relevant. Thus the instructional videos. My daddy would say, this is your video. You shouldn't have videos. But I want them to be successful, right? The morning practice class, all those things. If you look at our curriculum videos, none of them ever had numbers. None of it ever had words. We've added numbers to every form. We've added words, everything to help that child. When I learned that? Is when a child learns their ABCs. Do they do it in silent? No, they don't. They go A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So when we do forms, face, groin, face, block, punch, block, poke. Adding words to it and numbers and things really made a huge difference. Some of our Kenpo forms, the advanced ones, are hundreds of moves long, right? Because Chinese forms are that way, and breaking them down in smaller numbers help people really understand. Cool? Paul Benavides. Zen Dojos is Paul Benavides. Good, I finally have a name with Zen Dojos. Thank you, sir. So everybody following me on that? And again, I've done it with Shotokan curriculum. I've done it with, a number of curriculums. We're getting into a jiu-jitsu curriculum. It's not what you teach. And I know, it is what I teach. I love Kenpo. So I don't mean it derogatory. I mean it in a philosophical way. It's not what you teach. It's how you teach it and why you teach it. And once you can get to the why and the how, then you can take your art, preserve the integrity of it, put it into that rotating curriculum I just offered you, and you can make it happen. Had that conversation with my instructor, and he goes, we grew up with 5 belts: white, blue, purple, green, brown, black, right? White belt isn't really a belt, but it's a beginning point, right? 5 belts. Now you have 12 belts. They have 6 stripes, and I said, but if I can ask you humbly, sir, are you happy with our black belts? Oh, yes, they're good fighters. They're good people, physically fit, great life skills. They teach, they're leaders. Great. Then does it really matter how many belts I use or what tips I use? Would you rather take 3 giant steps to the top of the mountain or a bunch of little ones? A bunch of little ones. It's more manageable. And that's how I was able to grow Kenpo into a 600 base at the first location and closing in on 400 at the second, is we've created where it's manageable and, of course, systematic. That rotating curriculum is so systematic that I can teach it to a 14, 15, 16-year-old, and they do it exceptionally well. I use that example from what? McDonald's. Read E-Myth. Have you ever read E-Myth? It's making Stephen crazy. Read E-Myth again and again and again. Why? Because E-Myth is based upon taking ordinary systems, taking the lowest common denominator in the workforce, high school and college kids, because they don't have much work experience, and writing systems for them to perform extraordinarily. That's all I've done. I've written systems for our Kenpo curriculum that help Joe E. Public, the 14, 15-year-old kid, perform exceptionally well. And that's what that was all about. Thus is why the quality of what we do. And plus, checking my ego. I write curriculum and systems for my team to do it better than me. That is my goal. If I'm a great teacher, my black belt should be better than me. Check your ego. Because I'm 55, and get ready, youngsters. Your skills are going to deteriorate. It's just going to happen. I'm 55. I fought for 20 years. Now when I say jab, hey man, that hand moved 5 seconds later from when the brain said jab. Accept that. That's part of the process. You work with what you got at any age, and you maximize that potential. So part of that process was natural because, standing toe-to-toe with a 17-year-old kid, that outweighs me by 50 pounds is not always a good day. And I've got to be humble enough to accept that, right? Just let him get close enough, though. Let him get close enough, and I'll hit him. All right, so I hope that helps with rotating curriculum. Does that help you guys? Is there any questions about that? You got it, Paul. Absolutely. Twila. Is it Twila? Twila Schuler. I love the name, but I want to say it right. Please tell me if I'm saying it wrong, Twila. Good. Mike Guido's been doing it for a year now. Then you heard I do the same. Good. Mike's an innovator, right? 1 tip every 2 weeks. Rock and roll. Kevin, thanks to you, we switched to rotating curriculum, and it's 100% better for everyone. Students get more instructional attention, and instructors doesn't get burnt out. Parents see more value with more time spent on their child. But, it really came from, for me, was recognizing that I'm not doing rotating curriculum so one guy can teach more people. We still overstaff. We're at a 7-to-1 ratio at any given time, because that's one of the huge entry points. How many people in a class? And as long as you can say we work with a low student to teacher ratio, roughly 7-to-1, they're happy. They're happy with it, right? So that's very important to know. And I think that's important when they're a beginner. It helps with retention, helps tremendously. That's why building your bench strength, going deep on the bench and spending time with that is super important. Yeah, and we've been doing, I saw that right away because we started out, of course, 1 tip every 4 weeks. It was way too long, too much information, so we felt it was much more manageable once we broke it down in 2-week interminks. And we've been doing that for, I don't know, I'd say the better part of a decade. We saw everything grow really fast. The team performed better, people comprehended better, parents were happier, the value, everything happened when we did that. Smaller chunks, okay? Herman, you said something the other day about sticking with tradition, but just making the curriculum fun. Do you feel additional programs like Hyper or College for Kids helpful or harmful? I love Apollo and I love Roland. So I don't want to answer that question. I can only tell you for us that I believe in Kempo Karate. I do. But I think what Apollo is doing is amazing. I think what Roland is doing amazing. We have Hyper in San Francisco. We use it as a jelly bean. It does not disrupt our curriculum. It does not step on what we do. It's made for third-year students that earn their tips and their belts on time, because we found it was a really big attrition rate. If you earn your tips and your belts on time, you automatically get to do Hyper for free. That's how we use Hyper. I'm not against any of those programs, right? I think College for Kids is great. I know a lot of people having great success for it. Same thing with Hyper, lots of great success, okay? But here's my challenge with that. So it's a separate question, okay, Herman? I work with school owners all over the world, and I'm very big on your brand. I'm very big on your why and your identity. And when I go to a school, and I said this the other night, and I just want to share it with all the new people on here, is I was outside, because that's what we normally do. We stand outside, let's look at your storefront. And he had, little bears, and he had freaking aerobic, gym karate stuff, and he had, self-defense 101. And I looked at it, and all these brands had their own logos, and it was confusing because I didn't see any cohesiveness in any of the brands. And he showed me he's in Rome, and he had 10 people in this program, 20 in that program, 10 in that program, 10 in that program. And I said, well, okay, great. What do you have a black belt in, sir? And then, boom, his shoulders went back, his chest popped out. He said, 30 years of Taekwondo, sir, 3rd degree. I said, sir, that's a heck of a lot more believable than a certification you went and got in a weekend or a bunch of videos that you watched, right? Because he was proud of that, and he was very intense about that. So what I'm going to encourage with those, and Roland will say it, Apollo will say it, they'll all say that. I don't know if you want to base your school on this. It should be a jelly bean, as Kiyoshi Kovar says. So I'm not against those programs, but I would encourage you to find your why first. Know your brand first. Define your tribe and your culture and your demographics first, and build that. Build that. That's why 75% of our revenue is all traditional Kempo karate. Hey, people at Instagram, it says I have 20 seconds left. So why don't you bump over to my Facebook page? K1, put it in there. I didn't know Instagram has a time limit. It does? Well, that sucks. Can we come right back on? What happens with that? It's our first time at Instagram. So teammate Chipley is saying, what all do you cover in month 4? It's all review. We cover the 6 stripes that they earned, right? And they test out. Man. Let me see. I'm going to try to get them back, okay, you guys? Let's see if we can get people back. Hang on, stay with me. Nope, it doesn't let me go back live. I don't know what to do there. Instagram. I think it was very cool that we're able to actually go to Instagram tonight and be able to share that with people. That was super, super powerful. So we're going to continue here at Facebook. I hope people migrated over. So people, Team Shipley was asking, what do we cover in month 4? Well, what do I cover in month 4? We cover the 6 tips that they learned over 3 months. So we're reviewing and testing and refining it. We have a whole month to cover those 6 tips. And we're also doing makeup tips. And we'll do fun things like throwing a weapon, different things like that. But our main core is to focus on that curriculum and make sure everybody are competent at it, you know? I'm not big on time-based. I'm not big on those things. If you can't demonstrate it proficiently, I can't pass you, and my team can't either. So we're very passionate about that. We want to produce better martial artists. That is very important to us. Jeremy, Dave, Bill. Mike saying for kata, it's a 3-week. We teach the breakdown of specific techniques for that kata on week 1, then kata teaching on the next 2 week works great. And see, you know, I want to compliment Mike about that. There's a reason why he's at 170 in 13 months. It sounds like he's very clear on what works for him. And I think that's what this is all about. I hope that I'm disrupting the way you think, challenging you to think deeper. You know, Mike's conviction is very clear, and that's cool. Right? I'm not saying my way should be your way. I'm saying decide what your way should be and make it profitable through values, through systems, through service. You feel me? But can you do that? Right? You are not of the herd mentality. You are not sheep being led to slaughter. You are critical thinkers, thought leaders. Get that, own it, live it. Cool? Steve Phillips, welcome. Everybody coming aboard. Please state your name. We're going to have a drawing hopefully shortly. Wow, this has been going on since 8:45. We're over an hour. We're going to wrap this one up shortly, okay? John Miller, so if I understand you correctly, you have a 4-month rotating curriculum. You could call it that. But remember, we're not rotating that month 4. Month 4 is really centered on reviewing stripes and testing out. So you have 6 different colored stripes on your belt. We'll just call them 1 through 6. We come into month 4. Guess what we start with? Number 6 stripe, because it's the fresh, it's in your mind, so we get the momentum. And then we test everybody in class, we sign the belt, so there's no paperwork. All we physically do is sign it with our signature on the back of that belt, on the little tip. So we know at any given time what they've tested on and what they haven't. So month 4 is review and testing. So look at it as review, because it's not part of the 3-month rotating curriculum cycle. It's geared towards review and testing. And someone said, well, you know, I need to see them one at a time. No, you don't. Post them, you know, point them in different directions. The reason you see them one at a time is to make sure they're not copying each other, right? I have them close their eyes sometimes. I point them in different directions. All those things. You don't need to see them one at a time. You just don't. That's way old. That's how we grew up. And it's just not necessary, because then I ask myself, why do they go up one person at a time? To make sure they're not copying. That's the true reason, isn't it? So again, there's ways to facilitate that, to do bigger groups at once and make sure they're not copying each other. Jose, the House of the Samurai. Jeremy Richards. As K1 saying, you guys, please put in your name. All the new people coming aboard, do say hello. Say hello, say hello. So, that we can enter you into our drawing to win 1 free week. K1, how are we going to help the people out at Instagram for their drawing? Because it cut us off. Let me see if I can get back on Instagram at the same time. What can I do here? Nope, it just keeps saying your video will be available soon. They must need time to process the video, I take it, right? That's very important. So I would assume that's what it is. All right. So Jason, I love the way you do stripe testing. Never understood the process until now. It took me a long time, you guys. I fought it tooth and nail. You know why? Because yellow belt was this curriculum. Orange belt was harder. Next belt level was even harder. Okay? Even harder. Now I get it. You're all level 1 students. You're 3 belt levels. Within 1 year, we have 4 months, 4 months, 4 months. Everybody's going to go through that cycle. Everybody. And by the end of 1 year, you're going to have 18, you would have learned 18 different stripes, right? 6 stripes, 4th month test. 6 stripes, 4th month test. And it's the same cycle. So every January, we do the same stripes. January, February, March. April is review. May, June, July. August is review. September, October, November. December's review. It's the same every year. Nothing changes. We're just constantly refining, refining, refining. So my team knows. Even our life skills are set. We do, 1 life skill every 2 weeks because we're tip testing every 2 weeks to coincide with that. Even that's down to a science. Everything is systematic. I would never step on the floor and go, all right, tonight we're going to teach this. No way. Every teacher should have lesson plans. And that's very, very important. Dolores Denai Polidoro. That's a new name. Where are you tuning in from, Dolores? Share with us, please. Bill. John Miller, in every form is verbalized. Is that required for the test or more helpful and optional? Well, we do both. So we'll do a thing where they have all the words. As they get into the upper katas, it's all numbers. All numbers. And then, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Each attack has their own set of numbers. Oh, our janitor's here, Jin. Hey, what's happening, Jin? Good evening, sir. How are you? Good. So just side note, we have janitors at both locations who clean 7 days a week. The only time my team cleans is in between classes. We want an immaculate environment. That's very important. But other than that, we outsource that. Janitorial services 7 days a week in both locations. Super important to creating that Disney experience. Yeah. So, but then, John, what they do is we also do a thing called flow. So if you look at our videos, the way they're demoed, we do the numbers, we do the words for the lower ranks. We found the words were very important with the lower ranks, as long as they're not some really complex Korean or Japanese term, because, it's got to be simple, because we want to plant the seeds of the language of our system. We'll have stances, we'll say attention, horse stance, Kenpo guard, Kenpo stance. We have different names, different things, so they get that. That's important. And then as they advance, we divided it into numbers. The problem, as I shared, some of our Kenpo forms can be 50 moves long. Are you going to sit there, what move is 22? No. Each attack has their own set of numbers. So ours, we use a grab. So against a grab is 1, 2, 3. Then here comes a right hook, 1, 2, 3. So we divide each attack into their own set of numbers. So at any given time we're teaching it in a class, we can pick up right from there. Because let's say we're working on a stripe. Guy misses a class. He comes to the next class, and we're on the 3rd attack of that form. He's going to be bummed out he doesn't know the first 2 attacks. Guess what? We don't start with the first 2 attacks. We work on the 3rd attack because the majority of the people in the class have the first attack and the 2nd attack. But the poor kid who's coming in who's missed a class, guess what? We're on number 15. He's going, but doesn't it start with number 1? So it just made so much sense in our the most recent incarnation of our curriculum to give each attack their own number set, starting from 1 through. It's revolutionized what we do. I can't tell you, my son learned one of our harder forms, and to see this 8-year-old kid get it, and he could comprehend it, made all the difference. And the reason the numbers are important, because you as an instructor need to cue and make instructions, right? If everybody goes, 1, okay, what is that, a right vertical punch, sir? What stance are we in? We're in a side horse. So that's why the numbers are there, especially when you're working on the attacks. What is 1? It's against the grab, right vertical for the face. It's a teaching aid for you, but it also gives them a point to begin at, to stop at, to continue from. We can be in the middle of the tack and say, pick it up from move number 3. So that's really revolutionized our forms because, again, what are most people doing? Abandoning forms. Get rid of forms. Nobody likes them. They're boring. Well, I love forms. You know, it's a discipline I've had since I was 5. So it was about learning to teach forms in a fun, age-specific, and skill level-specific manner. Dun-dun-dun. Jeremy, what's happening, sir? Jason, I arrived late and still have over 300 words of notes. You're very welcome, Jason. Finally, we are doing something that you're doing. Just 2 months of curriculum, 1 month of review. That's cool. That's cool. But see, the neat thing about it for me is, remember, every belt I add, every tip I add is not to generate more revenue with belt testing fees. So once I took that out of the mix, the sky's the limit. You know, I had belts because it's a stepping stone. It's a bridge, you know. It was never about making more money. It was about developing better curriculum. It's like the curriculum to me is food in my restaurant. If I owned a restaurant, I want to constantly refine my recipes and make them better and better and better. So each time somebody comes, they get that good, dependable quality consistency of the food they like, but it's always refined just a little more, a little more. Same thing with the curriculum. I'm not going to abandon my art. That included forms. But it took a long time to learn to teach these forms proficiently. I will tell you that. I will tell you that. Hey, what's up, Adam? Hello, sir. I got your book. Thanks for signing it. You're very welcome, Adam, sir. Little Dragon, 4 years old. How often do most of your little guys come? Once a week. Little guys, the majority are once a week. Bud, what's happening, sir? My best to Master Gaston. Bill, if we still charge testing fees, does rotating curriculum work? Absolutely. Absolutely. Herman, I'm coming over to see you, sir. Oh, you're Ed Kempo, Ed Parker. Right on, Herman. Okay, let's see if I can go back on. It's not letting me at Instagram. Can we try that? Because I want to announce the winner over there at Instagram. Who can help me? Okay, good. Press this button. Sorry, bear with me, okay, folks? Add to your story. I want to add to my story. Okay, live. We're back live. Checking connection. See if we get those people back because we want to do the drawing in just a minute, okay? All right, what's happening, folks? At Instagram. Sorry for getting kicked off. I guess an hour is all you can do at Instagram. But if you're there, come back because we're going to announce the winner shortly. All right. So we're back with them, K1. I don't know if they'll be able to log back on. Greg from Canada. Nicholas. So what you were saying is promotion testing is every 3 months. The 4th month is review and testing. Try to get that, okay? Because we love having that 4th month of review and testing. So you could look at it as 4 months, sure. Steven, since we switched to tuition only, our parents love it. You know, again, it was just a matter of when I grew up that way. You know, we didn't have contracts back in the 70s. That was an 80s thing when Karate Kid came out and people really saw the value, you know, monetizing. They wanted to capitalize on martial arts, right? They did. Karate Kid came out. Everybody wanted to be Karate Kid. So these slick salesmen said, you know what? We can do whatever we want. Contracts, da, 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 da. But there was a time, and I grew up in that time, there was not a single contract. It was 0 contracts. I grew up in that era, so it never resonated with me at all, at all. So you ask any mom, please, go out there and survey every mom in your school. Survey them, okay? And they will tell you, you know, would you rather have a contract or month to month? What do you think every mom's going to say, or at least the larger majority? Anybody? Anybody. And we can slice or dice it any way we want. We teach commitment. It's all about commitment. We teach commitment. That's cool. If you believe that, and so they got to sign a 1-year contract, rock and roll, more power to you. But just own that. It's your values. It's your belief system. Who am I to say? But make sure you truly believe in that at a value level. And you're not just sheep falling in line, following everybody out there that simply told you what to do, right? You have your own set of values. Again, I'm going to praise Mike Guido because he seems to be very clear on what works for him. Duran Howard, welcome, sir. Sophia, welcome. Bill, when you don't charge test fees, do you just give out belts or charge? No, it's part of their tuition, sir. What does a belt cost you? $3, $4? They earn it. We're very important. That's one of our brand absolutes. We learn to earn.
and I want them to earn it. And it's my investment. Black belt, it's $35 for an embroidered belt, I believe now. We put their diploma in a nice wooden plaque. I pay my team to be there. That's probably $500-$600 in a 5-hour testing. But you know what? They earn it. They earn that privilege. They earn that right for that. And again, that's my value system. I know some people charge up to $500 for black belt. Again, that's your values. That's what works for you. I'm saying for us, for our culture, for our brand, it's in line with our thinking and our philosophies, and it works really well. It really, really does. Everybody at Instagram, please state your name, say hello, so K1 can get you into the drawing, okay? Everybody here at Facebook, we're going to do the drawing in just a few minutes, so make sure if you're just coming aboard, say hello so K1 can get your name. Good? Nicholas, how long did it take you to fully learn to use Rainmaker and it all has to offer? We've had Rainmaker for 5 years now, and I'm probably up to about 80% of it. And that's a God-honest truth. It is, I've said it, it's a beast. But it's much like Photoshop. I use Photoshop, and I probably know 10%. But if you can really immerse yourself and spend that time, you know, learning it, and we have one here. Anybody locally who wants to fly in, we're doing I think it's called help me out, Rainmakers. It's a startup. I don't want to say that wrong. You know, it's going to ignite your school, but they're doing one here October 13th at my location. It's 6 hours, 9 to 3, and they take you through all the different parts of Rainmaker and help you get things going, because it's a beast. But what you should do right away, make sure, Nicholas, you watch every one of the videos. Did you watch every one of the instructional videos from white belt through? And then second, schedule time with them. They do a demo once a week where they go through the fundamentals of Rainmaker. And as you go along, you know, you got the self-help on the side. During the day, there's live chat. You can sit there and get a hold of somebody as you're going through things. And it's really about asking questions, you know? They're there for you. And if you ask the right questions, you'll get the answers you need. If you just simply go, hey, what do I need to know about Rainmaker? Everything. So at least have the discipline to watch all the videos from white belt through, and it's right there in your right height in the self-help, and then schedule one of their, I don't know what it's called, a demo or an intro, but they do them every week or every 2 weeks, and then think about coming to one of their events. They're traveling, I think, around the country offering these events so when school owners can get in there. And they're free to the school owner that's there. I think they hold your spot for $97, and then they refund it back if you show up. Because, you know, it doesn't help. They spend this money on, you know, getting here and all that stuff, and then you don't show. It's not cool. It's not cool. Hey, over here we got Bushido Master from Chico, Southern California. Welcome, sir. All right, so let's start wrapping this up so I can go home, eat some dinner. Quick start with Rainmaker. Thank you, Jason. It's the quick start, all right? You want to attend the event. It's powerful. Again, knowledge is power. If you don't know how to use Rainmaker, blame yourself. You need to be accountable. Rainmaker is the brain of both my locations, and we use it passionately, and we're up to about 80%, and it's revolutionized what we do. We're paperless. We are literally paperless. We take attendance through iPads. We do profit generators through Facebook ads and generate revenue online. Everything we've done, it's paperless, but you got to spend the time. Jeremy Richards, Rainmaker is a software. Nicholas is working on your 3 appointments. Good. Yeah, you know. Nicholas, reach out to Rainmaker and tell them. We'd love to host them in Oklahoma. Tell them that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so let's start wrapping this up. Kayvon's going to poll our winner for Instagram. He's going to poll our winner for Facebook. 1 hour, valued at $300, consultation with me on the phone. Cool? Just have your questions ready. So what are our 3 big takeaways tonight? Everybody, what are your takeaways? Go. What are your takeaways for tonight? As you can see, Jin's working back here. You're very organic. What you see is what you get, man. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's doing his thing, man. He's a man on a mission, right? Got to clean the school. What are our 3 big takeaways tonight? I love the hearts, but give me your takeaways, please. What are our 3 big takeaways? And while we do that, what do I got going on? My book, Live, Learn, Grow, Lessons of a Reluctant Tiger, doing very well at Amazon. If you read my book, hey, Adam, once you read my book, if you think I deserve it, give me a 5-star review and write about it at Amazon. My kids series, The Adventures of Bray and Tay, also out, available at Amazon. Many school owners are picking it up. They're carrying it in their pro shop. They're giving away to kids at birthday parties. It is a life skills-based book in line with martial arts values. Pick it up. If you want bulk copies, hit me up privately at Facebook. Scott from Ohio. Hey, what's happening, Scott from Ohio? Over at Instagram. What else? Oh, my event. It's Time Live Encore. It's Time Live Encore. So you can come for one day, just November 12th. Some people do that. You can stay for 2 days, November 11th and 12th, or you can stay for all 4 days, 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. 2 days is limited to 60 people, 4 days only 20. Go to brannonbeliso.com/itstime/live. You'll see it, all of it roll up here on the feed at Instagram and Facebook. Cool? It's all there. So what are our takeaways tonight? Rotating curriculum. It's a beast though, and I'm going to spend a good portion of time again. Rotating curriculum is something you've got to hear like a million times before you get it, but we're going to do it at It's Time Live. People want it. You know, I ask people that have been again and again, what subjects, new subjects do you want me to cover? And that's what's cool about this. I can create this based upon all the people who are attending and what they need. So get signed up. Get signed up as soon as you can so I can take your feedback and begin creating these seminars for you specifically. Someone asked, are we going to have them recorded like the other seminars? We're going to work towards that. You know, we're going to work towards that, and this one as well, as long as I believe I'm not repeating the content and it's relevant. Good? Okay, so once you stop testing for more revenue, the sky's the limit. Keep the candy behind the table, engage people. Yes, sir? Absolutely. Because when we can really focus on learning and not every 8 weeks, I need the revenue stream of bell testing fees. I need it. Make sure everybody graduates so they get to the next bell. If they don't get to the next bell, then we won't have that revenue. It's horrible. And how many parents go, I don't think he's ready for testing. I don't want him to test this time. What they're really saying is, I don't want to pay another bell testing fee. So I'm just going to skip it this time. And there you go. That's halfway out the door. They got 1 foot out the door. Eliminate the bell testing fee. Produce better martial artists, and it'll improve your retention. I believe that. We are proof of that. So what are our takeaways? What are the takeaways? Jason, stripe testing. Charge more for trials so it better aligns with monthly rates. How to run introductory lesson better. As I said, I'll post a Dropbox link in this feed when I'm done so that you can physically see our new student experience. 3 pages for the first 45 minutes. I kid you not. It's a tight system. Right down to making sure strategically we bring the kid closest to the pony war area where the parent is sitting, and we deliver it to both the parent and the child. Cliff, and Cliff was our winner the other night on Sunday night, one of our biggest nights. We had 993 viewers. I forgot now. Our biggest, and Cliff won 2 tickets to come to It's Time Live Encore. So he's got entry into my event. So I'm looking forward to meeting you, Cliff. Jason Smith. Oh, wait, let me go back to Cliff. Define your purpose and why. Be everywhere in your community. Rotating curriculum, produce better martial arts. And that's, once I wrapped my head around that, and I didn't think rotating just so one guy could teach more people, make more money, reduce staff costs. Once I got my head wrapped around it right, it's revolutionized Kempo for us. Jason, review your curriculum annually, at least every year. Oh, every year. And study through Rainmaker. I can study stats and see where the attrition rate is. I can find out, is it the teacher? Is it the class time? Is it the curriculum's too hard? You can look at all that. And that's really important. If you don't study stats, you're like a guy driving without a GPS, without a map. Jason, review your curriculum annually at least. Be sure your program supports your why. Stop charging bell testing fees. Yeah. And as I shared, when we stopped bell testing fees, what we did, just so you're clear about this, I'm not totally insane. We were doing, 3 testings a year at $35 a test, so $140. We just rounded off to $120. Increased our tuition by $10 a month. That was it, right? And then anybody new coming through the door had the new rate. Those were able to say no contracts, no bell testing fees, no enrollment fees, no cancellation. We don't even have a cancellation fee, folks. We don't even have a 30-day cancel. That's a disruptor, right? That's innovative. And it works for us really, really well. So once we got away from that, everything changed. So then the new people could stay on their contracts or whatever you're doing until it's over, but eventually you've got to bring them in at your current rate when everything's inclusive. Because imagine the paperwork. You guys with 300-400 students, how much paperwork and time and do you spend staff hours, administrating bell testing forms, collecting the money, all that? Just think about what that cost you. For some of you with 300-400 students, that's a lot, right? Don, as I am a client with you, yes you are, sir. In the event my name is drawn, please pass it on to someone who else may benefit from you. Wow, did you hear that? Because Don knows how to serve. Don's about service, paying it forward. Good job, sir. Very proud of you. Nicholas, pick me, Don. Cliff, likewise, sir. Can you share your flows for Rainmaker for opt-ins? Yeah, really easy. And we got a funky website right now. And again, that was a very strategic thing. I've taken a long time to get my website done because I needed to learn about coding, SEO. Stephen Reinstein has been a big help now. My guy, Chris Yango, it started out, and I shared that passionately. I started with a designer. Her name was Esther. And it was no communication. I didn't understand anything about working with a web designer. And what I got is not what I paid for, but I misunderstood what I was paid for. So that was a huge disconnect. So really learning and understanding that. Then for a while we had Eric Shields aboard. And I've got to say, he helped us. There's elements that are still lingering in our website that he contributed to. So always give credit where credit is due. But main of it, it's been Chris Yango, my guy Chris. So, through all of that, it's been amazing. So what I want you to do, Bill, opt in. Just opt in. Opt in and you'll start getting flows. Opt in for, youth karate and you'll start getting flows. Opt in at my website if anybody wants a flow and you'll get it. Do one for youth karate, do one for excellent kids, do one for kickboxing. You'll get it. Jeremy, we don't either. Grandmaster Park, what's happening? Jeremy Richards, we don't do contracts or testing other additional features. Fine. Good for you, sir. Good for you. Nicholas, you love the new site. Good, I'm grateful. All right, so we've got a lot of takeaways. K1, sir, another huge group tonight. I'm just amazed at the numbers. As I shared, we had close to 1,000 people live with us on Sunday. That's insane, and the movement is growing. So part of what we ask you to do is please share this with everybody you can. Let's grow the movement. I've gotten a new label. I am a disruptor. I came into our industry with a whole new way of doing business, and it's taken legs. I'm profitable. People are seeing profit. The numbers are amazing because service is truly the new profit. And if anything, in your community where everybody has contracts, upgrades, belt fees, you're going to stick out like a sore thumb. Right? Dan Kennedy said, you want to succeed? Find out what your industry is doing and do the complete opposite. I agree with that. Fortunately, it was aligned in my values and everything else I believe. Cool? All right, so let's draw. But Sam, I am not telling you to drop your bell testing fees. I'm not saying that. I'm simply sharing what I do, and what works for me in a service mindset. That's all. You make that choice. Whoa, over here at Instagram, Paul from Zen Dojos, you are our winner, sir. You are our winner. And over here at Facebook, our winner tonight is Jeremy Richards. Jeremy Richards. You get 1 hour valued at $300 of consultation with me. Over here, we have Paul from Zen Dojos. You get 1 hour valued at $300 with me. All right, so we're going to wrap this up. I hope that what I offer you is inspiration to do the hard work. All I ever hear is how to get 10 new students, how to get 10 new students. I say close the back door. How to improve retention, teach better classes, so work on your curriculum. Improve your staff training. Improve your team. Write systems. Work from the inside out. Do the hard work, right? Otherwise, walk into the store and simply buy fruit. I don't want to buy fruit. I want to grow fruit. It's much harder, but you got fruit for life, right? You grow it, you harvest it, and you take care of it, nurture, do everything. You have fruit for life. You walk into the store, you constantly got to buy. You constantly got to buy. You constantly got to buy. And that's the problem with those who think and focus on simply trying to get 10 new students. You just want to walk in the store and buy more fruit. That's how that mentality works. I want to teach you to be a farmer. I want to teach you to, through growing your culture, creating a tribe of raving fans that's not only growth oriented, it's very sustainable. Very sustainable. 18 years, we broke 600 students by 2007. We've been there consistently for a decade because that school can't get any bigger. Now we're doing it in Millbrae. We have kickboxers that have been with us for 15 years or better in San Francisco. Millbrae, since it's been open 2.5 years, because we've developed a culture. We're not about a fad. We're not about a trend. We're not about what's new and shiny. Why would I abandon an art that I love so much? I will learn to teach it better. That's how you master something. You don't master something jumping ship. Oh, this is new. Let me do that. Oh, this is new. Oh, that. So you're always starting and stopping these new programs. And what you want to do is nurture and grow your programs that you have, that you feel passionate about, that you believe in, that you have a black belt in. Come on. Doesn't that make sense to you? Otherwise, you're always starting over. This year, we're going to implement this program. Now we're going to implement this program. Now we're going to do that program. It's like, okay, that's one way to do it. But I don't know very many people that are successful long-term with that. It's not sustainable. Your staff rate is really high because I don't get to do what I love, that I signed up with you from day one, whether it's Taekwondo, Kenpo, Jiu-Jitsu, whatever, whatever. So please be mindful of that, all right? I want to thank everybody that's here tonight. Huge groups tonight. And really take this information, filter it through your heart, because your heart is really where it begins and ends. It's here, but it's governed by this. And hopefully it's all housed by a healthy body that you take care of and manage really well. Cool? So, who's coming out to see me in November? It's Time Live Encore, presented by Rainmaker Membership Systems and Software and Vision USA. Two of my sponsors. I'm very grateful that you allow me a voice. They don't censor me. I get to do and say what I want, and I'm very, very grateful for that type of innovation. I'm very grateful for that. Cool? So I want to say this is Brannon Beliso. For all my services, please go to brannonbeliso.com/itstime/live. Until we talk again, folks, please, you go out there and live your best life.